life coach, wife, mother, social worker. Take it or leave it, but I'll talk back.
Giving advice isn't my part-time job. It's my lifetime story. Come to me with yours and I'll talk back.
Welcome to the third episode of We'll Talk Back. I'm Marsha, accompanied by
Rowan.
And we're so happy that you decided to tune in and join us today.
Absolutely.
To start, we're going to give a shout out to two of our viewers. First is Latricia from Philly, who wrote in to share that she's celebrating her 42nd birthday. Happy birthday.
Go
I hope
ahead,
you live it up to the
Latricia.
fullest, and blessings for many more.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Latricia. From myself, a happy 42nd birthday. A lot of people might think 40 is over the hill, but I want to let you know that 40 is the new 40. It's not the new 30 or not the new 20. So 40 is the new 40. So go ahead and enjoy your 42nd birthday, honey. Stay beautiful, stay young, and enjoy 42.
Oh, you're too much. You know what I read?
What did you
Someone
read?
wrote it and I was so thrilled by it. After our last episode, I believe we spoke about being faithful to your happiness. And I got an email from a woman named Pam, and she just wanted to share that after seeing that episode, she decided to take some serious actions to preserve her happiness, and so she left an abusive relationship.
Well, congratulations. We have to give
Congratulations
a round of applause
to
for that. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Sometimes a lot of times it's hard, and I myself, thankfully, have not been in that situation. So, unfortunately, Pam, I can say I understand, but I really don't know what it's like to have to endure that and then, have that courage to leave. So, absolutely, for Pam, I want to go ahead and give an extra shout out to you. Congratulations on that. And, a big extra shout out if you had any children involved, removing them from that situation. So, absolutely, guys.
And all the best in preserving your happiness.
Absolutely,
going forward
absolutely.
In that journey. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Go ahead, Pam. Absolutely.
So what have you been up to?
Since the last time we spoke, have you done anything different? Well, for me,
You're asking me, but then you answer. But it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's okay.
I'm going with the happiness.
Okay.
Let me drink a little bit more happiness.
It's okay. I'll do the same.
So,
Still.
since the last time we spoke, I did go ahead and I took an advice from yourself like we traditionally do. And I didn't book the cruises yet, but I did go ahead. I joined, like I said, I was already joined the local swimming club, but I did go back and took my good first official class where I got in the water. I went under the water and I, learned that.
How deep under?
I learned that I'm going to be okay in 3 or 4 feet of water and I won't drown.
Okay, that's progress.
Of course, absolutely. So, I'm happy with that. That's a baby step.
Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you.
You did anything fun since then?
Not anything fun, but in being faithful to my happiness, I've been reading a little bit about mindfulness. And so I decided to explore that a bit with meditating. Not too much, but maybe a few minutes per day, just of silence to clear my mind and think.
And how's the individuals in your life? Have they been supporting that? Or have they thought, okay, she's really gone cuckoo?
Well, actually, it's in my own personal time, so I don't even think I haven't really shared it with them for them to know.
You're not meditating in the bathroom, are you?
Well, I'm not going to disclose where or how. It's my thing.
You're meditating in the bathroom.
It's my quiet time.
That's your time out. Okay.
It's my quiet time to meditate.
Oh, absolutely. So going ahead and like as always, guys, we love you guys. We want to thank you guys for reaching out to us, sending in these questions and comments and concerns. Keep them coming. We absolutely love them. So thank you again. One of our viewers sent in a question for viewer question of the week. This particular question read: why do colleagues, a friend, assume that one particular individual can answer a question pertaining to a whole group of people in this specific context that, one gay individual can answer a question for the whole gay community? Do you have any feedback or anything like that in situations like that where, individuals might ask you a female question, they want you to answer for all the females or anything like that?
I think people tend to generalize everybody as being the same. because they fall into one category, any particular category, which is not true. I mean, people are still individuals. Just because someone is of a certain sexual orientation or gender or have certain interests, excuse me, that doesn't mean they all share the same common views on every single topic and every issue. I mean, people are individuals.
Well, in this particular case, our viewer had asked to be anonymous, so we're just going to refer to him as John. John Doe. And John said the scenario that occurred was he was at work. John says he does identify as gay. However, he constantly have female coworkers and male coworkers coming up to him to ask him if the new employee is gay, because they're like, John, can you tap into your gaydar and let us know if so-and-so gay and is so-and-so a lesbian? And at this point, John is just frustrated because John is like, if y'all really care that much,
go ask them
yourself.
You why
so now he feels as though at his job, he's the new Gay Straight Alliance representative to let everybody know who's the new inductee and things of that nature. And John just want to let everybody know that it's not so.
It's not. He should just ignore them. If you have a question about somebody, go ask them directly and stop asking other people.
Absolutely. John wanted to see if he was alone in this. So, I told John that people unfortunately get dragged into these sort of scenarios all the time. And if you're that John where people are asking you questions about a particular group, particular set of people, and you don't feel comfortable, it's okay for you to let them know that I don't feel comfortable and that I do not answer for a particular group of people. I can only answer for myself.
Sounds good. Great answer.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
We got a question from, now this is interesting. Well, it's a good question. It's the name of the person asking the question. Well, her name is Rochelle. And she happened to be from New Rochelle.
Oh, wow. Rochelle and Rochelle.
Yeah, it could be anonymous. Somebody just, I mean, what's the likelihood of that? But anyhow, Rochelle's question is, why do women lack confidence and fail to see the beauty in themselves? Do you need a man to shine? So it's this a 3-part question. Why do some women lack confidence?
Well, since I'm not a woman and you're the woman here in the stage,
so you're saying I can answer for all women?
No, not answer for all women, but I'll let you go ahead first. I'll give you the courtesy to answer first.
Okay. Well, confidence is so broad. I mean, someone like confidence, it could have something to do with self-esteem. They may not be sure about themselves. It may be related to anxiety, certain previous experiences. I mean, there's a lot of factors as to why someone may lack confidence or not feel good about themselves or not see the beauty in themselves. I mean, so if you're always put down and told not so nice things, even starting as a child or in those tender years of your development, if you never got messages that you were worthy or messages that help build up your confidence, then maybe you may have some confidence or self-esteem related issues. So unless I know the specific to a person, I can't really say generally why women lack confidence. It could be a lot of things. But most commonly, those are reasons why. No one never showed them or taught them or modeled reasons for them to feel confident about who they are. Now, do you need a man to shine? That's an individual thing too. I mean, some people do. That's what they need. That's what they want. I mean, other people don't.
Well, an example of that is, I'm not gonna name name. We have a coworker. She's a female. She can be on the aggressive side, not one certain. However, we've noticed that whenever she has relations with her male counterpart, she comes to work, she's happy. So I guess in one aspect, someone can say that a man makes her shine.
Exactly. Because he must be meeting some type of need that's going to make her feel good. That's going to make her happy. We talk about being faithful to your happiness. And so she's shining. It could be a sexual thing. It could be the companion. I mean, every relationship brings you something. Whether it's an intimate relationship or a friend, that a good relationship should make you shine somehow. But some people need a man, if that's your thing, that's your thing. It's an individual choice or preference. But yes, some people do need a man to help them shine. And if you are with a man, he should be helping you shine. Because then what's his point? What's the point?
Well, my feedback to this is, and I'm going to be pulling a little bit from our professional book here.
Yeah.
With working with the general community and stuff like that, I do come across females that I don't think they quite understand their self-worth or their self-value as yet. And what a lot of times I see this stem from is, like you said, different upbringing. The father might not be in the home, or mom might not be in the home, or absent parent, or any one of those things, or mom and dad being in the home, but then there's substance involved, and just a lot of different combination. And I think it's hard for someone like myself outside looking in. I can absolutely see the beauty in this individual in terms of the individual being very attractive on the outside, very beautiful in the exterior, but a lot of times there's issues and circumstances that prevent this person from reaching to that point. So at this current point, what I would like to do is, I always like to encourage individuals to seek professional help.
Oh,
So if at this
absolutely.
particular point, if this is one of those situations that you're struggling with, I would say there might be other situations at hand. So, visit your local counseling office, visit your local health center, let them know how you're feeling. They'll probably be able to direct you to it. But it's not, unfortunately, it's a very simple, basic question, but it's not as simple when you think of the complexity of it and what one particular individual might go through and why they are why they are.
What we should understand though is that the first people to show you love is your family. So if you didn't have that, if you didn't get that from them to begin with, it's very likely that you're gonna struggle in that area.
Absolutely. And then, just continuing along, we were discussing and we are talking with a few people, few of our viewers, about things that makes them happy. And a lot of them says, even those individuals that's going through those tough times, they've just loved to express the magicalness, the happiness that music has brought to them. So for today, we want to go ahead and highlight, the power of music in our What's Still Good in the World.
Oh, absolutely.
You always see these little videos of, when mom's cleaning, mom has the high tempo song going, and she's cleaning, she's whippering, and she's all of that. And you can tell when your mom's in a bad mood because you come home and you hear, oh, you're like, okay, mom's not feeling well today because the tempo of the music went down, way down. And you could tell when mom done something wrong because she found the oldest gospel in the gospel collection, and she started playing those. Do you have any particular song that rings good for you?
Well, depending on what mood I listen to a wide range of music. If I'm running or exercising, I like upbeat music. Sunday morning, sometimes I want to hear the old church music. Then sometimes I want to be more upbeat. It depends, but I love music, and music can feed into different emotions, and it's very helpful.
Well, what I love specifically for me is I can be having a very hectic day. And it's hard for me to separate myself from what's going on at work, what's going on at home, what's just going on in the street. Someone cut me off in traffic and I'm mad. And I'll turn on the radio and I'll hear that song. And that song sort of pulls me into it.
Yeah.
And it removes me from the situation that I'm at temporarily, so that I can be happy, I can be at peace. And a lot of times it helps me go back and handle the situation differently than had I stayed in that situation. So, I want to give a shout out to all the artistic individuals that paint, that draw, that produce music. Thank you. We still appreciate that. And just continue doing what you're doing, because that really does play a good part in the role, in the role of and in the life of everyone.
Yeah, speaking of confidence, to recap, we're just talking about confidence. Music could boost your confidence too. You hear that good song that make you feel sexy and nice, and you want to put on certain things and dance.
You're talking about Baby Love making music.
Yeah. Give you ideas, make you put on a alter ego. Yeah, you hear some certain Beyonce songs. Yeah, it bring you to that place.
Let me find out. There's another alter ego going on.
There is.
Marsha. What's her name?
That's to be announced at a later time.
Oh my
Keep
God.
watching.
Do you have any What's Good in the World for our viewers this week around?
What's good in the world is the ability to travel. I was actually out today and talking to a few people, and that discussion came up. Them not knowing that we're going to do this show, and that already had this noted as what's good in the world. But we're just talking about the beauty of traveling, leaving your community, seeing something different, being exposed to other cultures, way of living, differences, appreciating your own, and expanding your mindset to see how different people live. It's a great thing. And there's so much diversity in the world. It's good to not just see that diversity where you are, but go to other places too.
Okay, absolutely.
So that is awesome.
Absolutely, I do. I was, casually just going around. We actually had this discussion the other day, and someone actually brought it up to say, for us to appreciate what we have in terms of our community, where we're from, our livelihood, we have to go out and we have to explore different things. And even as moving from one town to the next town, from one state to the next state, from one country to the next country, it allows us to appreciate A, where we've been, and then appreciate B, where we're from. Like a lot of people say they love going on vacation. They love going overseas. They love seeing other people, different language, different culture, different food, but it's nothing like coming back home to your own bed, to your own space. And I think in order for you to appreciate that, because if you're home every day and you never leave your home, you don't get that, oh, I'm at home feeling, as if you remove yourself for that for a minute.
Yeah, and sometimes when you go places too, you may be going someplace that could be your home in the future. Maybe where your home is now is not truly someplace that you want to call home for a long time. So being able to go out and see different places, and we're not saying that you have to hop on an airplane and leave the United States. There's many differences, right? Maybe in the same state, just a different part of it. So go out, as your pockets allow or your time allow, and see something different.
Absolutely.
It'll be well worth it.
Absolutely. A few of our viewers is asking us, they see different things and they'll send it to us. What I would say is this: if you're gonna go out anywhere at all, just always remember the motto: someone's always watching, so I need to do better. And what that means is, what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas. It goes on the internet. It goes on the internet.
What you got on?
This is what I have. I don't have anything on you, girl.
Okay.
I would never post it on the internet.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. You have anything on me?
No.
Okay, good. All right. But no, so what I was saying was this particular individual, I don't know whether they were in town, out of town. However, we ought to start thinking before we act.
Okay.
This particular individual did something that is still questionable, and some people might view this as attempted murder. So let's go ahead and watch.
Attempted murder?
Yes.
We got that on our show? This
Yes.
is your stuff? Did the producers approve this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. Watch this.
Now that's what I was talking about when I said that can be considered attempted
She
murder.
had confidence. She had
had
confidence in herself, and she had confidence in the poll.
That poll did not have
No one told
the
her.
poll did not
No
have
one
confidence
told
in her.
her. No
The
one
poll did not have confidence in her.
No one told her that she couldn't do it, so she believed she could.
Are you supporting this kind of behavior?
I'm not supporting it, but I'm back to. I don't want to keep on going back, but back to the question about confidence. She had confidence.
Well, this is what I would say. I would say,
Either
absolutely, if this is something you want to do, absolutely. But if you know you're a woman of a different, calibrity, if you're, a heavier woman, you want to do this in the privacy of your home. You want to test out a few poles before you go into a packed club, jump on top of the pole, and almost put someone in their grave. If I was a district attorney and someone in that club got injured, I would charge it with attempted murder.
Oh my goodness. Maybe her pole at home wasn't as strong. She figured this is an establishment that would have a secure pole, so you can't blame her.
I think she needed a double mount pole where it's mounted on the bottom and mounted on the top. For example, let's take a look at these young ladies. These ladies are the same body type as this young lady, but look at the way they carry themselves on a pole. Now see, these are two bigger ladies. Their pole is staying up. See, even no one here is dying. Look at them going. See, these are two ladies that I would say.
They had sturdier poles. That's not her fault. It's
the establishment
the
fault.
establishment. That's their fault.
So had they put a weight limit on there, would you consider that to be harsh? Did they put a weight limit like they do on the ride?
They should have posted it, so she would have known.
They would have posted it, but she should have known. But I want to say it can be very tasteful, done like these two ladies. I would say the first way it was done was the incorrect way to be done, because that you might have taken someone's life. This
yeah,
one.
that was dangerous. And it looks here like they have more space.
They have more space. God forbid something went wrong. You know, someone might have had a minor scratch or bruise or something, but at least they wouldn't be losing their life, unlike the other lady did in the first video. So I would say A+ to these ladies here. Not about their job choice, but about choosing sturdy poles. But for the first lady, I would say she might want to consider a different pole. Please find a new establishment to the inside.
Yeah, poor thing.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to be in her view.
Absolutely. And with that, you know, going on the same token, another viewer sent us this video saying, do we believe that this individual thought about what they were doing for their nightly activity before they showed up? And at this one, I am just appalled and speechless. I don't have anything to say. Please take a look. She can't even move her neck, yo. This lady did not think about her nightly activity correctly. Look, she's looking around. She did not think about.
She was gonna go out no matter what.
She was
if it was a full body cast, she was gonna go.
No, see, no. Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow morning? She probably might have fell over, turned over, and then she got to get a whole nother brace again because she in the club. She can't move her body, so she moving like this. This is where we need to think.
You know, you had those times when you was determined. You say, "I just want to hear some good music. I want to go out, feel the vibe."
That's when you put on iHeartRadio, Hot 97.
She didn't have the same type of speakers in her house, so she had to go out. So you just sticking up for this lady. I would never go out like that or
with a neck
anybody
brace.
to. No, but I'm just trying to understand
she
did that.
Oh,
she wanted to hear. She had to stand next to the bass and hear it and feel it all through her body.
This lady did not think before she acted. Going by that same token, another lady did something very outrageous and similar to this that a viewer sent us. Please take a look, and I want to see what your response to this is going to be.
Wow, thank you, viewers.
So, from the video, looks like they're on a commuter rail, and this lady took her shoes off, and she went for a quick snack at her foot. That is disgusting. This is a scenario where I did not think that she think before she act.
She thought about it. Well, she knew that was gonna be her meal. She thought about it, but she acted anyway. She thought about it, but she acted anyway. She took a few steps. It was a sequence of things before she got to the meal. Thinking about the fact how she gonna stretch out her foot, how she gonna take off her shoes, where she gonna put it, and how she's gonna get at that meal. That's disgusting.
Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you're in public, everybody has a cell phone. Babies have even newborns have cell phones. They have baby monitoring. Everybody's being watched. Please, 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 please. Think about what you're doing before you act, because somebody's gonna have a camera, they gonna watch you, and they gonna send it to us. And once it gets to us, we gonna share it with the world. So please, think before you act, as things like this is disgusting. And whoever her friend is, don't eat at her house. Absolutely.
But you know, that could be her special ingredient.
We need to go on to being faithful. Anything particularly that you wanted to be faithful for this week?
Yeah, something that's been crossing my mind is being faithful to your intellectual growth. And what I mean by that is being faithful to learning. You know, you ever come across some people, the way there's no growth going on with them in any area. The way they were 10 years ago, they're the same way now.
Absolutely.
It's just like, don't you want anything better? Well, nothing has changed. It seemed like they're even, not just intellectual, everything. They haven't changed with time. They're not evolving. Even they're retired. It's like they're just stuck in a certain place.
Well, going on that same token, I do see that some individual who might not have that educational advances as they would have liked to, sometimes limit themselves. And you know, within the modern day age, school might not be for them. But if this is something that you are interested in, I do feel that no matter what age, you should be able to go back and pursue that. And with that being said, I do believe that if you were not able to attend school for, you know, your parents being ill or parents passing away at a very young age and take care of your family, I do believe that, yes, you should retry, but I also believe that you should push your children to do that. I don't believe that you should subsequently limit them based
Right.
upon your limitation.
Exactly.
So,
And that,
I do believe
and that often happens, and that's what leads to generational
neglect and held back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My being faithful for this week is I want to stress the fact of being faithful in terms of consistency to our friendships and stuff like that. We hear a lot of these stories, we get a lot of these write-ins of, oh, I thought so-and-so was my friend, I did this for them, I did that for them. Most recently, very quickly, viewers said that they had a friend. They knew, for one, that this friend was not a very, productive friend, but this is a very good friend to get turned up with. Unfortunately, the friend had gotten so turned up that his life, unfortunately, had started unraveling, and this person who had their life a little bit more together now has the burden of caring for this person as a friend. And, I understand they're concerned, I understand those things, but what I do encourage a person is you knew what kind of individual you were getting involved with prior to their life unraveling. So, just be consistent with your friends. If you know you're not going to be able to be there for them, please make a better decision in picking more sustainable friends.
So you're saying that I'm trying to understand what you're saying here. So if you don't want to be bothered with caring for somebody,
Absolutely.
you want to have friends whose lives are together.
Exactly.
But life is not always going to be together. What about when things fall apart?
Well,
then you're going to be like, I'm sorry, I thought you were a better investment of a friend.
Like for example, this individual, they're both the same age. They're both 30. One lives on their own. The other one lives at home with, grandma and mom. He doesn't work, doesn't go to school, doesn't do different stuff. So that aspect of it. So of course, they went out to the club, had a good night. This individual probably went home late, was making a lot of noise. Grandma said, you can't stay here anymore, so there's not anywhere to live.
Oh, okay.
So, this is someone who wasn't doing anything and as far as their life. So now that they're, being thrown out, he feels he had a duty of caring for that person. So my advice to him was he should have picked a better friend.
So they're not on the same level. It's
Absolutely.
not someone who he could build anything
Absolutely.
with.
Absolutely.
They're
in different separate places.
Yeah, they're in different places.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then, to bring everything in together and to wrap it, I've seen this a lot lately. Here in personal life, different people have wrote into us with it. I want to urge people to be mindful of your delivery to certain circumstances. I understand we all have a job to do as humanitarian as it pertains to crisis and advising people about different things. However, I do want us to be more careful that if we're not going to be offering suggestion and help or option, that it's sometimes best to keep quiet. A prominent example of this is most recently I saw a mom. She had her children with her. Her choice of food for the children, might be questioned as not nutritious. All she had with her was some juice boxes and a few fruit snacks and chips and stuff like that. The children were crying, presumably because they were hungry. So they were crying for food, stuff like that. Mom constantly gave them these items, some might say to pacify them, but at this current point, the true nature of the fact was this is all mom had to give the children, and mom was actually in the process of looking for additional help to feed the children and so on and so forth. But another person who was just there, and again, they came from a very caring place. They were concerned that the children weren't being fed. They weren't being fed nutritiously. They called the mom out and said, oh, you're a bad mom. You can't be feeding your kids this. You can't be feeding the kids that. And it escalated pretty quickly because this mom that was already at the breaking point, she took a chair and hit that person in the head.
And this was a complete stranger.
Complete stranger.
So how do you feel if it's someone close to you, if it's a family, a relative?
Well, what I do believe is that a relationship or a connection allows you that entrance to make those suggestions or to make those comments. But again, you want to be very mindful of the delivery.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're not going to be offering any help or any addition or any suggestion, please do not add fuel to the fire, as they would say, as you don't want something to escalate very much. And I've been seeing it all over the place. Different people, oh, you're not treating your dog correctly, you're not treating your husband correctly, you're not treating your grandma correctly. Again, guys, if you're not gonna make a positive suggestion into it, I best you just leave it alone.
We're not saying though that when you see, clear, obvious abuse, neglect, or maltreatment, that you just turn a blind eye to it. If you see something, say something. Just be careful. Is that what you're? That's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Be careful in your delivery.
Absolutely.
And just be mindful that everyone is carrying different things you may not be aware of, And they may respond different to your opinion.
Absolutely. And as always, guys, if
like
you guys...
hitting you with a chair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as always, if you see anything in the community that is questionable or anything like that, please write in, please call in, please send us a text, please let us know what's going on out there. If it's something that you think is questionable, if you have a situation that you're just not sure how to handle, write into us. We can give you our best advice to do so.
And if not, we could bring people on. And
Absolutely.
we welcome your suggestions for show topics, for all the segments we cover.
Absolutely.
Do better, being faithful, what's good in the world.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here to talk back. But we want to
Absolutely.
hear from you and respond to you. And we hope to have some guests later on.
Absolutely.
At some point. We don't know everything. We know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we aspire and we're faithful to our growth and learning.
Absolutely.
But there's no possible way for us to know everything. So we will be tapping into experts and
Absolutely.
having them on. So if you have something, you specialize in a certain area, you want to bring it to the show, we are more than happy to have you.
And as always, guys, I want to go ahead and leave you with this. Continue being yourself. And if that is boring, you can always try being me.
Guard your heart, because everything that you do flows from it. Until next time, ta-ta.
I love you.